You're tired, your body begs for sleep, but the moment your head hits the pillow, your mind comes alive. As a doctor who's treated thousands of older adults, I can tell you poor sleep is not just frustrating, it's dangerous. Night after night, I've seen patients over 60 who toss and turn until 2 or 3 a.m., only to wake up groggy, irritable, and drained of energy. Many blame it on age, stress, or even the mattress. But here's the truth. What you eat before bed could be silently sabotaging your rest. Your body needs sleep to heal, protect your brain, balance hormones, and restore energy. And yet nearly half of seniors struggle with chronic insomnia, often without realizing that the problem starts on their plate. In this video, I'll reveal 3 powerful science-backed foods that can help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed. No pills, no side effects, just simple foods you already know use the right way. If this helped you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Doctor for Seniors, and leave a comment sharing your own sleep story. Your health is your greatest wealth. Number 1, cherry. You close your eyes hoping for rest, but your mind starts racing. The room is quiet, the lights are off, but inside your head, everything's still on. Memories, worries, to-do lists, they all crowd in, refusing to let you drift away. Sound familiar? For millions of older adults, this isn't just an occasional bad night. It's a nightly routine. Studies show that nearly 50% of people over 60 experience difficulty falling or staying asleep. Some turn to sleeping pills. Others just endure it night after night, believing it's part of aging. But what if the solution wasn't found in a pharmacy, but in your refrigerator? Cherries, especially tart cherries, contain a natural hormone called melatonin. This isn't synthetic. It's the same chemical your brain produces when it's time to sleep. Melatonin helps regulate your internal clock, the one that tells your body when to wind down and when to wake up. As we age, our natural melatonin levels drop. That's one reason sleep gets harder. But here's where cherries become more than just a fruit. In a 2010 study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, researchers found that older adults who drank tart cherry juice twice a day slept an average of 84 minutes longer each night compared to those who didn't. And it wasn't just about longer sleep. Their sleep was deeper, less interrupted, and more restorative. So what's going on? Tart cherries don't just contain melatonin. They're also packed with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that support the body's natural ability to relax and repair. By calming inflammation and signaling your brain that it's time to rest, cherries help turn the volume down on that internal noise that keeps you up at night. Now let me tell you about Martha. She's 72, a retired school teacher from Michigan. For years, Martha struggled with falling asleep. She'd spend hours tossing in bed, staring at the ceiling, getting up to pace the hallway. She tried everything: warm baths, lavender oils, herbal teas. Nothing stuck. Then one day, her granddaughter, who's studying nutrition, told her to try drinking tart cherry juice. Martha was skeptical. "Fruit juice is going to fix my sleep?" She laughed, but she tried it anyway. One small glass, 30 minutes before bed. That first night, she fell asleep faster than usual. By the third night, she was sleeping straight through till morning. Now Martha keeps a bottle of unsweetened tart cherry juice in her fridge at all times, and she hasn't taken a sleep aid in over a year. If you're considering trying this for yourself, keep it simple. Choose 100% tart cherry juice, unsweetened if possible, and drink about 4 to 6 ounces, roughly 30 minutes before bedtime. It's not a magic potion. But for many older adults like Martha, it's become a natural part of winding down and waking up rested. Sleep doesn't have to be a nightly struggle. Sometimes nature already has the answer. And in this case, it just might be sitting in a small red fruit. Number 2, kiwi. You go to bed at 10, but you're still awake at midnight. You check your phone. You try counting breaths. You adjust your pillow for the 5th time. Your body is tired, but your mind keeps drifting. Eventually, you fall asleep, only to wake up 2 hours later, heart pounding, unsure why. It feels like your body doesn't know how to rest anymore. For older adults, this kind of fragmented, restless sleep is all too common. And while many try pills or fancy devices, few realize that one of the most effective solutions might be as simple as a piece of fruit. Kiwi might not look like much small fuzzy green, but it holds a surprising secret. Inside this modest fruit is a powerful mix of nutrients that support natural sleep. One of the key players is serotonin, a chemical that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. Serotonin acts like a messenger, telling your brain when it's time to relax and shift into rest mode. In a study published in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition, adults who ate 2 kiwis 1 hour before bedtime fell asleep 42% faster and stayed asleep 13% longer. Even more impressive, their overall sleep quality improved by 5 points on the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index, a clinical tool used by doctors to measure sleep health. But kiwi doesn't stop at serotonin. It's also loaded with antioxidants like vitamin C and E, which reduce oxidative stress in the body, a hidden trigger for nighttime awakenings. Plus, kiwi contains natural fiber and an enzyme called actinidin, which supports smooth digestion. And when your digestive system is calm, your nervous system can relax too. Let me tell you about Frank. He's 68 and recently retired from the post office. After decades of early shifts and tight schedules, he looked forward to finally sleeping in. But oddly enough, once he stopped working, his sleep fell apart. He'd wake up every few hours, sometimes with cramps or bloating. He thought maybe it was just aging or stress from the life change. Then during a regular checkup, he mentioned it to me. I asked about his evening habits. Turns out Frank was snacking on heavy sandwiches and chips late at night. We switched that up. I suggested a lighter evening meal and 2 ripe kiwis an hour before bed. The first night he wasn't sure it made a difference. But by the end of the week, he was waking up less, feeling more rested, and best of all, his digestion had improved. Doc, he said, it's like my stomach and my brain finally made peace. If you want to try it for yourself, keep it simple. Choose ripe green kiwis, not the yellow variety, and eat 2 about an hour before you head to bed. You can slice them or eat them whole skin and all if you like, since the skin holds extra fiber. Sometimes the most effective solutions don't come in a bottle. They come in nature's own packaging. And in the case of kiwi, that package may be small, but its impact on sleep is anything but. Number 3, almonds. You finally lie down after a long day. Your body is still. The lights are off. But there's a tightness in your chest, a flutter in your thoughts, and a strange pressure in your legs. Your eyes are closed, but your muscles are tense. No matter how tired you are, your body won't let go. This isn't just restlessness. For many people over 60, it's the result of subtle deficiencies in the very nutrients your body needs to relax. Without enough of them, your nervous system stays alert, your heart rate won't drop, and your muscles resist the urge to soften. One of the most powerful nutrients for sleep is magnesium. And almonds, those simple crunchy nuts, are one of nature's best sources. Magnesium is involved in over 300 functions in the human body, but when it comes to sleep, it plays 3 essential roles. First, it helps calm overactive nerves, reducing the stress hormone cortisol. Second, it supports muscle relaxation, preventing those small twitches and cramps that can keep you awake. Third, it encourages the production of melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. Almonds also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that helps produce serotonin. Serotonin, in turn, promotes feelings of peace and stability, 2 things everyone craves before bed. A clinical study published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences found that magnesium supplementation significantly improves sleep onset duration and efficiency in older adults. But instead of taking a pill, you can start with food. Let me introduce you to Dorothy. She's 76, lives in Arizona, and has been a caregiver for her husband since his stroke 2 years ago. Between managing medications, doctor visits, and keeping up with the house, Dorothy's stress levels had quietly climbed sky high. Her sleep suffered. She'd wake up 3, sometimes 4 times a night. Her body ached. Her hands trembled in the mornings. At first, she thought it was just part of caregiving. But during one of our appointments, I asked her what she was eating in the evening. Turns out Dorothy's dinner was light, but she often skipped snacks because she didn't want to eat too late. I suggested something small but powerful, a handful of raw almonds before bed, about 10 to 15 nuts. Not roasted, not salted, just plain natural almonds. Within days, she felt the difference. Her muscles didn't ache as much. Her heart didn't race at night. And best of all, she stopped waking up every 2 hours. It's like something switched off the alarm inside me, she told me. If you don't enjoy eating whole almonds, try unsweetened almond butter. Spread it thinly on a slice of whole grain toast or a banana. It's gentle on digestion and just as effective. Your body knows how to sleep, but sometimes it needs the right building blocks to remember. Almonds provide those quietly, naturally, and without side effects. Sometimes the solution to deep restorative sleep isn't more effort, it's a nourishment. A small act of care for your body, just a handful, can change your night, and over time, your life. Before we talk about the right foods for sleep, we need to face a tougher truth. Sometimes it's not what you add, but what you remove that makes all the difference. Because while certain foods can gently lull your body into rest, others can sabotage it completely without you even realizing it. Let's start with the obvious villain, caffeine. Everyone knows coffee can keep you awake. But what many people over 50 don't realize is that caffeine sensitivity increases with age. Your liver slows down, your metabolism changes, and what you drank easily at 30 can suddenly cause restlessness at 65. And caffeine isn't just in coffee. Black tea, green tea, energy, drink sodas, even dark chocolate. Yes, that small, innocent square after dinner can all be loaded with it. In fact, studies have shown that consuming caffeine even 6 hours before bedtime can reduce total sleep time by over an hour. Imagine that a cup of tea at 4 p.m. still keeping your brain buzzing at 10. But caffeine isn't the only culprit. Next up, sugar. High sugar foods like cookies, pastries, sweetened cereals, and even some low-fat yogurt can trigger a spike in blood glucose, followed by a crash. That crash sets off your body's stress response, releasing adrenaline and cortisol, two hormones that should be quiet at night. Instead of winding down, your body gears up and your dreams become chaotic. Ever had those nights where you feel like you've run a marathon in your sleep? You wake up exhausted, like you never truly rested. Sugar might be to blame. And then there's the silent stomach destroyer, spicy or fatty foods. Think chili hot sauce, fried chicken, heavy cheese, creamy sauces. These can lead to acid reflux, a burning feeling in your chest or throat that often kicks in right when you lie down. As digestion slows during sleep, these foods tend to linger, pushing acid back into the esophagus. Not only does this cause discomfort, but it also disrupts your breathing and triggers night waking. Now let me tell you about George. He's 74, lives alone, and is a retired firefighter. Tough guy, proud of his independence. But for months he couldn't sleep more than 3 hours at a time. He blamed his age, his old mattress, even his noisy neighbors. What he didn't blame, his dinner. George's typical evening looked like this: a big plate of spicy sausage pasta, a slice of chocolate cake, and a strong cup of tea to settle his stomach. It was a routine he'd followed for years. But as he aged, his body couldn't handle it the same way. During a visit, I asked him to write down everything he ate after 6 p.m. When we reviewed the list together, the pattern was obvious. Caffeine, sugar, saturated fat, all packed into one meal. We made small changes. Swapped his tea for chamomile, replaced the chocolate cake with a handful of cherries, and cut back on the heavy sauces. Within 2 weeks, George was sleeping 5 to 6 hours straight. Within a month, he said something I hadn't heard from him in ages. "Doc, I feel rested." So here's what you can do. Cut off caffeine by 2 p.m. If you crave the warmth of coffee or tea, choose decaf or herbal blends like chamomile or lemon balm. Avoid dark chocolate, especially after dinner. When it comes to sugar, skip dessert or choose natural sweetness from fruit. Avoid sweetened yogurt, cereals, or processed snacks labeled low-fat. They often hide extra sugar to make up for lost flavor. And with spicy or fatty foods, think earlier in the day. If you love a bit of heat, enjoy it at lunch. Keep dinners light, steamed vegetables, grilled fish, or a gentle bowl of oatmeal. Your digestive system will thank you, and so will your sleep. Sleep doesn't start when your head hits the pillow. It starts with the choices you make hours before, and sometimes the best way to rest isn't to add another supplement, but to remove what's quietly working against you. Your body speaks at night. Listen to it. Better sleep doesn't begin with a pill. It begins with what you put on your plate. The food you choose before bed sends a message to your body, either to fight or to rest, to hold tension or to let go. When you nourish yourself with care at the right time and in the right way, your body responds with quiet gratitude, a slower heartbeat, relaxed muscles, a mind that finally stops spinning. And in the morning, you wake not just from sleep, but into strength. If you've been waking up tired, foggy, or frustrated, don't just try to sleep harder. Start earlier. Begin with your dinner. Make it gentle. Make it loving, and make it yours. You deserve peaceful nights and energized mornings without fear, without pills, and without struggle. If this helped you, don't forget to subscribe. Your health is your greatest wealth.